do 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 do. Joanna. Let me just get this link in, boys. 2 secs. Do, 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 do. We've actually not been getting taken off a TikTok recently. Well, technically true, is it, Mace? Not technically true. No, I need a TikTok link. Appreciate you, Boo. Is it Boo Boo? Boo Boo. Can't get the link. Well, you can actually I'll just send it here. 2 6, please. Right, boys, let's fucking go, man. Let's go, get a sweep. Right, perfect. EU longs. I would say EU longs. Where are we going to move up from that? I'm not too sure. Again, I want to be seeing this whole move happen today at some point. Where we're having this big retracement back up, right? Filling a lot of this Impala to the left. Once we filled... some snub note. That was actually somehow a Down syndrome. Bro, I'm not gonna, that arrow actually looked bare Down syndrome. Let me go back. Can I go back? What? Bro, what the fuck? Bro, that actually looked like actually... No, it wasn't that. Bro, what the fuck? That's so... I don't know what I thought. I was going to go back to it. But yeah, I want to feel the imbalance to the left. Once we feel that balance to the left, price can either continue or move down. I couldn't give a shit. But I want to see this move happen first. Again, I think EU's quite difficult right now in terms of orders. I mean, this week it was beautiful. Like, the euro was great. But the thing is, the only thing that has been difficult for EU trades... And why it was much better last week, not last, like the start of last week, was just, well, really before the war broke out was the best time. But now we've got a strong euro and a strong dollar. So it is a little bit annoying, a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So I think, yeah, just being careful in these positions is key. Or being, when picking these positions, because again, we look bearish here. In terms of what happened during New York, because we had a lot of Trump speeches, a lot of just proceeds in the conflict. So yeah, we got a big drop in EU, which pretty much meant that the dollar came up high. Okay, it wasn't a weak euro, just was quite a strong dollar. We've seen the euro sort of have a bit of a rebalance today. We've seen that on EG. We've come and grabbed the lows, which is lovely for EG. So now we've actually, again, this is what is important. Just because I'm saying we want a long doesn't mean price is just going to go up. The best thing about price, I mean, EG was all good, right? Because it had the Asia liquidity, the potential Asia liquidity to move to the upside, which, in my opinion, really nice. We were just unlucky. We got nabbed out at DTO. And then we've had this rebalance of price, where we saw this imbalance come in. But the thing is, I want to note as well, there is one confluence that I fucking swear by when it comes to Asia liquidity, and it's the partnership of the prior day range and the Asia session. It's that partnership there. Buying above the prior day 50 is not the one really, right? From a business point of view, right? I'd say from a buying and selling point of view, just a normal trading point of view. I don't necessarily want to be buying stuff at the highest price, alright? It's not smart, is it? It's not smart to... When you know price is going to come lower and go higher and come lower and come higher all the time, why would you buy in the premium area? And again, I think that's... I mean, that's something I use with Asia liquidity, boys, and I'll be honest, my win rate is higher because of it. Only entering from that prior day fee, well, depends if you're buying or selling, of course. If we're selling, we want to be above. That's brilliant. Wow. Have to draw it. It's there. It has to. Wow. The question is, question is, where are the two? Sorry, but this has to be the pain. But even still, like, which one actually is the pain? It's a good question, right? Because even still, one of your testicles is smaller than... Okay, no, I guess it would be that. Had to be drawn. Macy, can you look at DMs, bro, when you can? For sure, Coran. I'll give you... I'll do it after this stream, obviously. I'll give you a shout. I've got to jump on a call, but then I'll sort you out. I've been messaging a few people as well, bro. Yes, Shane, what were you saying, cuzzy? I had an EU short yesterday, had one today, both hit stop loss, but then went to hit TP. So frustrating, man. Yeah, I mean, this is what the markets is doing, though, man. This is what the markets are doing, I guess. It's not these again. The low volume does make it hard for our type of entries to come across. I mean, where you jump in EU short? What time did you jump in EU short, bro? Because you might just be jumping in too late. I mean, the thing is, again, like, I know we came down yesterday, right? But again, this is what's difficult about EU. We come into the upside, we're grabbing buy-side liquidity, we're not coming and grabbing the low, we're coming back up, and then we're having the final move. But this is what you get when you're trading a strong pair against a strong pair. You're going to see that happen quite a lot. I think EU is now going to come back up. That's sort of my POV on EU right now. That's what I say POV. It's not what I meant. Doesn't make sense. That's sort of my outlook for New York session now. That move up towards that Friday 50 bare minimum. Just catch sells yesterday. Sells for what pair, bro? What pair? Just hit TP on EG buyers, bro. What do you think of it? Lovely stuff, man. EG buyers. What was your trade, bro? What was your trade? Love that though, bro. Love. EG's been nice. I mean, to me, there's no trade here for me, but still, regardless, really fucking nice. Yes, Vishal, what we saying, bro? Yes, Sammy, what we saying? 1 loss, 1 win today. That's calm, Shane. I'm assuming your RR is positive, so you're probably looking at profit, right? What was you trading today, Shane? Yeah, news at 1:30. We also had news at 7 a.m. this morning. But in terms of New York trades, you want to be trading after this 1:30 news. Bearing in mind, EU buyers, F2, I'm with you, my broski. No, yeah. Definitely looking for those longs. I put in Discord for the demand. Love that, cousin. Where'd you put it in? What, chart check, yeah? Check GJ, please, bro. Of course, my fucking son. For sure. I mean, again, like what I've been saying about GJ recently is that we have been having that weak pound and then that quite positive yen. Few reasons why. Yen kept their interest rates the same. didn't hike. Didn't cut. Sorry. So positive for the central bank. Not only that, it's a safe haven currency. It's just like the dollar at times like this, when there's massive geopolitical events going on, like a war, whatever, or many wars going on at the moment. You see safe haven currencies get bought up. Okay. You see bonds get bought up, and you see safe haven currencies. Just safe havens, right? Everyone's heard of safe havens. Gold's a safe haven. We all know that one. Bonds, they're safe havens. They're sort of renownedly known. Japanese yen, US dollar, Swiss franc. In terms of safe haven currencies, that's where you're looking to put your money to. So at the moment, you're going to see the CHF thrive, the yen thrive, and the dollar thrive. Again, you still got to look at their economy. If their economy is weak, that you're probably not going to see it massively bullish. Like, for example, the dollar right now is not extremely bullish when it really should be in these times, but it's not. That's because of the actual just sort of economy of the dollar right now. But I mean, again, we'll see what if we see a rebalance through news. That news in 15 minutes does look pretty good, right? I think we're looking at unemployment claims to come down, so it looks quite good. I mean, we've been having unemployment claims just ever so slightly shift upwards for the past, I don't know, 3-4 times we've got unemployment. Maybe even more. Gigapips, what the fuck is that? Trading robot for gold. Fucking hell. Here we go. Gigapips. Ooh. But yeah, I'd say GJ Short's the main position. There was no positions today, really, for it. After not taking that buy side for me, there probably would be no position. You don't want to short below that big liquidity level, and I do want to see some form of retracement, which you're not getting. So price isn't being made efficient here. What I mean by that is when we're just trading normal ranges, right? I mean, we all trade ranges, okay? I mean, not all of us, but if you're here, you probably do trade ranges, right? If we aren't coming and filling in balance, we're going to get an inefficient market, okay? So we're going to be left with loads and loads of gaps in the market, which price can be attracted to any one of those. So for an example, we could have something like this happen. And this is when you get price action, which, to be honest, is not textbook for most of our retail strategies, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Yeah, man, I've taken an EG buy, Asian liquidity got stopped out from DTL reaction and caught the buy from the demand. Yeah, lovely. Oh, what EG, lovely. Love that, man. But this is what I mean, like here, right? We're seeing price not actually pushing deep into our imbalance area. We see it come back later because price was made efficient within this area, yet we're still breaking structure to the downside. Here is very hard price action to trade. That is sort of what we're getting on GJ. You can see we've got that huge imbalance to the upside. Price wanted to move up fucking a tenth of the move and then continue down. Break structure, continue up, continue down. You see that? Difficult price action if you are if you're like a range trader. If you trade with ranges. So for me, I'd be far away from that. I would say it is bearish, and I feel like the reason why price action doing this is just because the pound is generally just weaker than the yen. A lot weaker than the yen right now. Not much positives coming out of the pound at the moment. I mean, other than inflation this morning, which come out positive, not much has come out. But again, the yen is pretty strong right now. It is pretty strong. We've not seen gold do much though, man. We've seen it accumulate for the last few days so far. We haven't seen it do mad moves really. Sorry, I've just not been looking at TikTok. Shorts after news, hopefully we'll see. I closed EU at 1 RR because 1 PM and news defo gonna keep running up less. Yeah, no, I agree, Tommy. I mean, that's what I say, bro. Like, close. Like, the only time you should really like manually close your trade is if it's coming up to news and price has just been inefficient. Because sometimes, like, you could jump into a really efficient currency and in a really efficient move, well, it looks like an efficient move, right, in hindsight. But then you might just see price consolidate, which is annoying, and then you might see it come to about 1 o'clock and you see news in half an hour. And again, that's exactly what I do. I always close half an hour before, or sometimes I let it walk, unless it's like a huge news event, because normally you see a big shift in price about an hour before. So whatever trade you had that morning probably will be invalidated from that news. That's if it's NFP, fucking interest rate decision. Wouldn't say inflation, maybe growth. But yeah. What are you saying, bro? Been a decent week, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've been loving these last 2 weeks in the market. I haven't got endless of entries, but in terms of bias and in terms of the trades I've been in, being confident, I've been loving it, man. To be brutally honest, I've been absolutely loving it. Again, not the most amount of positions, but at the end of the day, boys, I don't really give a fuck about the most amount of positions. My best months has come from being conservative. My most the payouts that I've got that have been like actually payouts that I thought, bro, I actually fucking deserve. You know, you get paid, you think, no, I actually deserve this, because you'd have a loss of maybe a few losses, and then you'd have a few wins, but you trade in textbook strategy, textbook, not changing anything, everything's the same. Psychology in those trades were great because of fundamentals. You took your losses on your chin because you know they come. Like, my best payouts have definitely come from less trades. My best payouts haven't come from 8 trades, 6 trades, 7 trades. That's probably why I trade less now. But I'll be honest, the markets at the moment are definitely causing a block on a lot of entries for me. Consumer price inflation obviously is coming up. Coming down even. I mean, we was above forecast for CPI, so I don't reckon it was crazy, but I mean, we were forecasted to come down, so I'll be honest, that is pretty bullish for the pound. So in terms of long term, I feel like it'll be pretty nice to see the pound continue that. Did you catch EU or GU shorts yesterday? No, bro. I was not looking for shorts. What does DTO and WTO mean? So DTO is the daily true open, so it's pretty much midnight New York time. It is a very key level of price, a very key time-based level of price. Weekly true open is WTO is the weekly true open. Same with the daily true open, but it's the weekly true open. So essentially when the week starts over in the US, market-wise. And again, key level of price, right? That's when markets are opening. You're probably going to see people put orders on there, have their stop losses there, have entries and stop losses there, is what makes it a highly key level. Well, both of them are key level. Daily true open is honestly fucking fantastic. I've got a strategy based around it. I've been forward testing for the past near enough year now. I think I've got like 8 months worth of data for it at the moment, and it's positive. It's 60% win rate, which is very good, and then minimum 1 to 2, 1 to 3 hours. They've ranged from 1 to 2 from 1 to 3, so it is proved to be good, but I want to continue and get at least a year's worth of data for it. But the detail is fantastic, man. I absolutely fucking love it. It's the bollocks, like, yeah. Thought it was Mickey Mouse. I put this guy. I'm in profit entry night 194. What are you in on 194? What is that? Oh, you're on GJ, right? What are you in? What are you in? GJ. Markets are killing my win ratio. But that's the thing, man. Win ratio actually really don't matter, man. Like, it actually doesn't matter at all. Well, it kind of does, right? But a positive win rate, it depending on your RR, doesn't matter. Like, I mean, my win rate is... I can't remember. I had this figure like a month ago. I can't fucking remember it now. I haven't looked since. But a positive win rate isn't needed, right? We all trade above 1-to-1s, so a 50% win rate isn't needed. Or anything above a 50% isn't needed. Psychologically, it helps, given, but again, it's not what makes you profitable. And the most important thing is profitability over amount of wins, right? Same thing happened to me yesterday and today, Sam. Yeah, I hate gold. Gold hates you too, bro. Gold hates you too. Stop fucking trading it. Boys, invest it, don't trade it, man. It's difficult to trade. If you're like heavily fundamentally based, I feel like you would have a good time with it. But I think if you're like more than like, if you're like, I don't know, if you've got no more than using 10-15% of fundamentals, I don't think you'd possibly be able to be profitable. I think you need minimum. I mean, even more than that, you need minimum Yeah, I'd say you need quite a lot of fundamental knowledge in order for gold to be profitable. Same with oil. Same with oil. You won't trade oil based off levels necessarily. You probably will to actually gauge an entry, but in terms of actual bias and actual reason for entry and reason for trade would be would be fundamentally based over technical based. If you're having your positions tap out, they'll run to TP quite a lot if you're doing something wrong. That I tell you what though, the good thing is, I do want to take a benefit here though, is that when it does that, it shows that you are doing something wrong in it. There's something, like what Stu said, there is something you're doing wrong. If it's you're not looking out for the liquidity move, the main liquidity move, or you're just against the bias, or you just got in too early, maybe you've not got your times ready yet. It's fine as long as you know you're doing something wrong. You know, there's a lot of people that just get annoyed at the market for it. To be honest, Mace was in EU shorts and suddenly reversed on me. Any idea why? I mean, this is the thing, boys. Like, EU isn't sells. I've been saying this now. Like I've said this. EU's shouldn't be. The main positions for EU should be buys. The euro is strong. Given the dollar's quite strong, right? But the euro is strong, right? I think I've said that every day for the last 2 weeks now. You might have heard me say that bare times. And I'm sticking by that because it is the market sentiment right now. It's exactly what the reason why we've been getting in EU longs last week. Exact same reason why we was in EG buys this week. Okay? The exact same reason. The euro's strong, man. The euro's strong. EU buyers, yeah, that's the orders I would say jump in if you're looking to jump in anything. Obviously NFA, boys. NFA. Better, I haven't said that in time actually. Fuck you, no. Should have said that before. I reckon EG buys are nice as well. If you, I mean, the thing is, again, that Friday 50 is what really putting me off that bitch. It's like a bitch having a big nose. Puts you off a bit, doesn't it? I think the buys are nice though, because we're below that Friday 50. EU buys are solid. Where are you going to get in? Let's have a little look at possibilities. Bare necessity, Alright, bro, what tune? Remember that little tune, bro? What a little banger. What a little tune that one was. Stop loss, 11.7 pips, round that because we're not a knobhead. We'll go 12 pips. Can I get 12? There we go. Again. Oh, but Mason, you're only going for 1 to 2R. Why aren't you going for the whole move? Who's asking that? Anyone asking that? Hope not. That's all you need, boys. 1 to 2. 1 to 2. It's a New York trade as well, man. Fuck New York. Like, for real on some... Seriously. London's where it's at, boys. Who it is from the UK and trades New York session? You're backwards, man. Nah, I'm playing. Do you think it's possible that Trump is pretending he's going to go to war to pump the DXY so when the Fed unexpectedly cut rates tonight, the DXY won't be as impacted? Imagine. Imagine. If they cut rates today. If they cut rates, boys, if you don't long Euro USD, what the fuck are you playing at? Boys, no, in all honesty, if the Fed want to cut interest rates, just long here, just buy. Whatever you, it don't matter. Right, this is NFA, you should probably not say this on TikTok, but just long that shit, man. I mean, we've been milking this Euro bullishness for a bit now. Let's milk it some more, man. Milk it like a fucking cow. But yeah, still going against the Euro, man. It's pretty hard mode to go against the Euro, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of countries in Euro which I do really like, but their currency at the moment's thriving, boys. Their country's doing well. Their economy's doing well. You heard it here first, trust me. You heard it here first, man. If they cut interest rates, nothing else. I don't even think about. If you're one of them dudes that thinks about gold, don't do that, bruv. Don't do it. To be fair, actually, I say that long gold at that time would actually make you drip some. You thinking EG sells off taking the highest shade? I'm gonna turn you inside out, pal. Is this dude for real? I'm so pro Euro at the moment. It actually hurts my anus. I don't know what I meant by that, but yeah, bro. I'll be honest. I'm long EU. The pound's pretty strong, though. I would agree. The pound's strong, but again, when it comes to our currencies, boys, right? If we're trading three pairs, if we're trading the US dollar, the euro, and the pound, we've got to see which one's the strongest and which one's the weakest. Okay. At the moment, where are we at? Euro's definitely the strongest. How can we see that? Because, I mean, let's just not be idiots. I mean, you boys can't actually see that. Okay, I'm just telling you, innit? I'm not going to show you how, but I'm telling you. Second strongest at the moment is the pound. And this is going off daily bias, by the way. I'm not talking about fucking for the past 40 years. Just talking about today's bias. And to be quite frank, I mean, long term, I would say this is switched around. Long term, I'd say it's Euro, USD, GBP. But in terms of daily, it's Euro, GBP, USD. Pardon me. Fuck. So yeah, I would say obviously what you want to be doing is really Euro, USD positions. Why? Because the Euro's the strongest, Dollar's the weakest at the moment. So that's what you want to go for. EG is going to be difficult, right? It's probably going to be inefficient. You're probably going to be in the trade for a bit. I mean, it even just looks like from the chart we have just been accumulating type shit. I'm pretty sure we're still in the Asia range. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm wrong. We're taking the sell side. Yeah, I'll be honest. We've been sort of just sitting at the top of this higher time frame, 1 to 4 hour range. 4 hours, much nicer. So if we're looking at this 4 hour range, right, this high to this low, we've only retraced into here. Which I would love to see it go down more, and again, like I don't want to be buying EG above the Friday 50, I just don't. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? Right, you know what? You know what that's like? Say for example, on FIFA, Ultimate Team, back in the day, I mean, I haven't played Ultimate Team for time. I wish Ultimate Team was still good, but Ultimate Team was. If you're looking to scalp a player, yeah, you look to buy them at a cheaper price, right? Come on, we've all done trading in. That's where all this started, boys. All of this, the reason why we're doing this is because we started on fucking Ultimate Team. We started to buy and sell players. That's what we used to do, right? And now we're just doing the exact same thing here. We used to buy players at the cheapest price possible and then sell them for as much as possible. The concept should be the exact same in trading. I know it sounds stupid because it's a fucking game. But that's how we made money on FIFA, right? That's how we was able to get those good, better players and, do you know what I'm saying? Continue, right? Thrive. But yeah. Sometimes you boys need to go back to basics. Just jump on FIFA Ultimate Team, man. Used to make millions. You know what I'm saying? Marco Reus, that was the... The amount of financial gain I made from that dude was insane. Insane. Iron Robin, man, type shit. But in all seriousness though, boys, do you know what I mean? Like, we was buying low, selling high. I know it's again, it's a fucking shit. It's one of those things. It's you had a min price Messi, but do you know what I mean? What's your bias on GU? My bias for GU, I'd say at the moment is longs, just because the pound's quite bullish at the moment, especially from the inflation news this morning. We had inflation drop down, which is closer to the BOE's target. So I would say a bit long. I'm long, but I'm not massively long because the dollar is still quite. The dollar can be, but watch, the dollar will be bullish later on today. I reckon the dollar will be bullish later on today. Trump's gonna say something. He's gonna tweet something. Dollar's gonna go up. But yeah, we've already seen the DTO move happen. Okay, we've had the price push off of the DTO to the upside. Exact same thing with EU. Exact same thing with EU. Just want to see that move up to the Friday 50 now. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if GU's got similar. I don't think it does. Do you not think it does? Okay, well it kind of already has done it really. With the trade through here and then price, look at this fair value. Price has pretty much already done the move, I'm not going to lie. 50%. Low. I'm going to round up to 6. This is like a very small stop loss. Again, all he wants London line. Don't be a greedy bastard. But yeah, that move's already happened. Let's see if EU has the move that we want though for a very similar position. Again, the thing is about EU is our trade through is higher. So the moment we trade through this fair value was a lot later. So we trade through here, meaning, and that's the reason why I'm using the fair value gap above. I mean, really, entry just might as well be on that prior week 50. To be brutally honest. Still want to round this up to 12 pips though. Okay. Still 2.07, that's calm. EU longs, trust me gang, for real. For real, yeah. Yes, Rami, what we say on my cousin? You know it's me, my bro. You know it's me. I reckon I should exit my swing short on EU. When you say swing, what do you mean? Like, are we talking like weekly swing, like a monthly swing? What perspective is it at? Or just send the trade to me, bro, actually. Yes, my cousin, yeah, David. It's been good, man. Same old shit, boys. Exact same thing. Different day. I'm not gonna lie. Sounds boring, but sometimes you gotta be disciplined to shit. But yeah, good day for me, man. Good day. What about you, my boy? I don't just want to see you run out of that without us, because it would be a little bit annoying, wouldn't it? Yes, Ryan, what we saying, my boy? 15-minute bro on EU, or 15-minute broke. Oh, sorry. 15, I thought you called me bro. Sorry, 15-minute broke on EU. When we 15-minute broke, what are we talking about? 15-minute. Oh, breaker block. Is that what you're looking at? When this must leave. Yeah, Sesame, what we saying, my boy? Hope we're sweet. Hey, boys, by the way, if you're on TikTok, I'm currently streaming over on YouTube, innit? You can actually see my whole screen. It's actually way better, I'll be honest. I don't know, what have I got in my bio on this account, actually, bro? I'm not even too sure. Nah, news didn't do much. By the looks of things. How's our data come out? It was as forecasted. Not much is going to happen there. Not much is going to happen there. But yeah, boys, come join on YouTube if you actually want to see that full screen, because it is just easy. I'm gonna leave that there, innit? I'm gonna just leave that there. Alright, bro. 2-6, boys. Did you place the limit? No, I'm not placing, boys. I don't trade New York, innit? You boys know me. Oh, that would be my mic as well. I just realised that. Inversed me low. What do you mean, bro? Wait, can you man hear me on YouTube? Let me know if you man can hear me or not. Or not. Is that my audio? Is that my audio as well? Yeah, you man should be able to hear me, can't you? Let me actually just double check. This is Euro USD, bro. Oh, I'm back. Lovely, Stu, my man. What am I drinking? Fucking hold it straight. Coffee, bro. Boys, what are we saying? Sparkling or normal water? I'm not gonna lie, like, I like water, yeah, but sparkling water when it's really cold is fucking bare nice. You better scared me, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be real, I heavily fuck with Vizzy water. I know cap. Yeah, boys, by the way, on TikTok, I'm live on, I'm streaming on Discord right now. Discord? I'm streaming on YouTube right now. Right, let's see this come back down then, man. Again, GU sort of already had that move. I feel like GU's gonna have that rebalance though. Probably might even come back down to the DTO. But we see how that does. EG again, I'm still looking at balls. We still got a stronger euro and stronger dollar. Lou was loving the lemons today. What do you mean? Was he yamming a lemon? Man, that kid's crazy, bro. Imagine having sparkling water. Imagine being called Dean. Yeah? Imagine being called Dean. Hmm? Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing. What we saying, Dylan? What's good, man? Well, he was yamming a lemon. Man, he's crazy for that. I'm pretty sure that's bad good for you though, isn't it? Like, yeah, just like actually genuinely yamming a that's really weird to say. Yamming a lemon. Yamming a lemon. Right, you know what? Fuck that phone. My mother's. To be fair, sparkling water is pretty. No, what? Stu, you would say that because you love dudes. Like, you would say any other, like, you. I'm not going to explain that point before I get taken off here. Yeah, for real, Stu. Yeah, Dean, don't yeah, Dean. Yeah, you need someone, don't ya? Don't ya? And the other person has to be Stuart. Stuart and Dean. Thanks, guys. You man are brilliant, though. EU to Asia low, bro. Fair dues, man. Hello, bro. I bought mental shit for 48 a month, but I haven't been added to Discord. Oh shit, Dylan, what's your Discord, bro? And boys, am I bare loud? It's telling me I'm being bare loud. Am I being bare loud as well right now? My audio is telling me I'm in the red when I talk. Am I bare loud or some shit? Really want to see G commentate this high as well. Let me do that now for you, Dylan, my boy. My boy. Are you in the Discord, yeah, bro? Or is that an I? Yeah, bro, drop either one of us a message, either Stu, you'll see his name in there, Stu, it's in white, or me, MMFX, bro. I bet I can't find your name, innit? I'm not gonna lie. You've already messaged me. Oh yeah, requested. Oh yeah, that was 20 minutes ago. Got you, bro. Are you in the Discord, bro? Are you? Oh right, yeah. You haven't got the. You haven't verified. Yeah, you should be all sweet now, bro. You should be able to see everything in the membership side and the free side now. Nice. Welcome to the fucking team, Dylan, my bro. Yeah, he didn't verify, so you couldn't you can't see it in the in some of the channels. But when you actually go to the full member list, you can actually see him. But yeah, yeah, it's all sweet now. Come for us. Just really want to see price come to the Friday 50 on everything really. The dollar, GU, EU, EG. I trade pure London session, boys, so I'm just really anticipating what I want to see in order for my tomorrow trading be nice. I mean, yeah, at the moment, I don't want to be seeing inefficient moves from any pairs because then it's just going to make it hard for tomorrow, or there's just not going to be a trade for tomorrow. And obviously I don't trade Fridays, so that'll be my week done. So I do hope we do come to the Friday 50 on EU, GU. EG, DXY, everything hopefully, and then from there we'll just trade the bias that we get fundamentally. I mean, at the moment it's hard to long. The things about EU, again, like what I was saying, is it's hard because the dollar can become bullish at any point during New York session. So this is why if you're a New York trader, trading the dollar is difficult because it starts bearish, then goes insanely bullish or insanely bearish depending on what comes out. So I'll be real, New York session is a minefield for fucking USD traders, to be honest with you. It is an absolute minefield. But yeah, that's why, again, boys, I don't trade New York. London session only. It's been treating me ridiculously well. Do do. It's the same with the DXY, right? The imbalance we've come to is heavy. High up. Nothing's in that Pride A50 in the range. Nothing's in that lower OTE. We've just come to here. Seeing this come down is vital for the efficient move. Even if we are going up or continuing down, we just need to know either one. If we just move up from here, we've left gaps, we've left price inefficient. And the reason why I am looking for price to come back down is because we didn't break this high with this third candle. If we did, then this will be classed as a breakaway gap. Breakaway gaps have a very low chance of price pushing into. So we are not invalidating that now because we ended up closing below that second candle's high. When I say second candle, here's my first, here's my second, here's my third one. These bullish candles here. When you get a trading range and that third one's higher than the other, so say this candle continued and sort of closed up here, you're looking at having a breakaway gap with that first fair value, which is here. And then this was where we would be longing off. Haven't had that. So in terms of what I've seen in my analysis, I can see that price does still have a chance of coming down here before coming down. Again, will be preferred due to the Pride A50. Pride A50 is, yep, there. That's my outlook at the moment, boys. But bear in mind, I trade London session, so for New York traders, you probably won't be looking at it from that perspective. You'll probably be down on a lower time frame. You know. Today's been slow. I agree, man. I'll shout you in a bit, mate. He's got to head out. G, let me know what they say. 100% Quran. Give me a shout, my bro. I'll drop you a text when I hear back. My fucking broski. Yes, Kim. How we doing, bro? Long time no see. Miss Wan, what we saying, bro? Rowan, what's good? Or Rowan. Is it Rowan? Rowan? I think it's just Rowan. Hope you're well, my boy. But we'll see, boys. We still got loads of time left. New York Stock Exchange in about 40 minutes. We came into entry actually quite disgustingly perfect there. 3TP. This is going to be horny. But again, we'll see. I'll send you one of those. Do you use MT5 or Trade Locker? Both, bro. I've got, my main funded accounts are in MT5. I've always had them in MT4, MT5. The main reason for that, bro, is just generally because the trade copier I use only supports MT. And it's not been a problem, you know. Trade Locker, I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love. I think Trade Locker's fucking sick. It's definitely my favourite platform. I use that. I've got a small account with Funding Pips and a few challenge accounts with a few other prop firms with Trade Locker. I can't actually remember them. But I've got small accounts on Trade Locker, and then my main accounts are on MT5, MT4 as well. But I'm a big fan of Trade Locker, man. ACG just brought out Trade Locker as well, which I fucking rate. The thing is, though, I'd probably just be using that for challenge accounts because my fundeds are, like I said, my unless I just move trade copier, but man, I hate changing things that work. You know what I mean? Like I hate that because the last thing I want, right, is to change trade copier. I input something wrong because I'm bound. I probably will do that. Like I know myself, and I know I probably would end up doing that. And if I end up losing a funded, I will be fuming. Like nothing's worse than losing a 200k funded, boys, that you've had for a decent bit of time as well. Nothing's worse. Man, I'd rather lose my girlfriend type shit. Like, bro, I'd rather actually burn a huge bridge with like my fucking, like someone in my family. Nah, that's a stretch. Family, nah, but anyway, like, man, I'd burn bridge with brethren. I'd rather do that over fucking losing the 200k. Nah, I'm playing. But the feeling shit, boys, regardless, the feeling shit. How much is your course? It's only £48, bro, that's including VAT. So annoyingly, in my place of residence in the UK, you got to charge VAT if you earn a certain amount of money for your company. So sadly, boys, I've got to charge you, man, VAT on top. But it's £48 with VAT, boys, every month. Cancel at any time. I do a daily stream every single morning to my members. Every single morning. From 6:30 to 8:30. Selling courses because you can't trade. Okay, you can stay mad in the comments, little dude. Little dude. Instead of user 8282727272772, I'm just gonna call you little dude from now on. I took a short today on GU, anticipated go towards Friday low too hard. Nice C-stroke. Man, I still can't get over your name, man. C-stroke, bro. That's actually the crazy... For me to say that name is actually crazy, you know. But I get it, man. I get it, bro. That's your business. I get it. But saying C-stroke is crazy. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. But no, lovely stuff, man. Lovely stuff. Can you check EJ Longs? Is that what you're looking at? EJ Longs. Again, what I say about the euro. Again, euro very strong. But also the Japanese yen at the moment, holding those interest rates at 0.5. And then also the geopolitical tension, obviously keeping that yen strong. I would say it's hard to long EJ. Just sheerly off that fundamental bias there. I mean, it looks to me that the euro today was weak up. Makes sense. Friday low swept. Hopefully we do see a rebalance in price and make price a lot more efficient. Enable for us to do that. Trade through 15 minutes is vital. And we want to see price continue up pretty much. But again, the yen is strong. Today it's been fucking strong as an ox as well. Same as yesterday, New York, strong as an ox. I'll be careful with the yen. Going against the yen, but again, I would still say be careful going against the euro. So I'd say maybe stick away. GJ probably got better opportunities for shorts because, like I said, I'm more weaker pound than euro. Even though today we have had some positive GDP news, GBP news for the regarding inflation. Inflation coming down by 0.2 closer to the BOE's goal. So in terms of fiscal, we're looking great for the pound. But obviously we need unemployment, we need employment to do the same. And also we're looking at further interest rate cuts obviously this year. Same as the Fed. The Fed looking at 2 interest rate cuts at some point. We've got to see when they come about. When those come about, we're going to go be shorting against the dollar. Longing against the dollar, should I say. And then obviously I really want to be looking at the same for when we get the interest rate cut for the pound. When we get the cuts of those interests, the further cuts, EG shorts, perfect. Again, GU, I'll stay away from. But trading everything with the euro in is key. Is so key. But yeah, Dean, I said EJ is just difficult. I mean, I'd even say GJ is difficult because price isn't being made efficient at no point, right? We're just moving to the downside. So I would say shorts, but getting in the shorts is going to be a ball ache. Will be very efficient if you're able to get in the shorts. Amazing, but again, in terms of like I was saying this earlier, like in terms of retail perspective, these markets are not hard to get in. The yen is very strong, the pound's quite weak, so just be careful. But again, I think on the flip side, right, the positive you can take away is the bias. You know the bias is short GJ, right? You know that for a fact, or I'm telling you that for a fact, right? So you're only going to go for shorts, so you shouldn't really lose, right? Unless you have a tight stop, unless you enter way too early or way too late. I mean, not way too late, but way too early, should I say. And you've had a tight stop, that's when you're probably going to see yourself lose. But really, in terms of if you're with the bias, right? In terms of if you're sticking with your strategy that works, again, for you, trading with that bias, you shouldn't really be losing. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not promoting don't lose because it's inevitable. You just will. Don't try and stop losing. You will. But you should be. Your win rate should be nicely high. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Once you got that bias, you're laughing. How close are you to profitability as BE trader? How close are you to profitability as a BE trader? What do you mean, bro? In terms of general, but that GU, was it the GU? Did you can we enter? Well, you fucking with my head here, Bilal. You can EU longs. I don't think it's a bad idea. But again, we do have the dollar against the pound right now. I mean, this EU position is moving really fucking nice. This is what we've had on the stream so far. It's a good idea, but again, like boys, I don't trade New York. I'm not a New York trader, so I mean I trade it live, but I don't take any of these positions that I show on live. Any of these New York ones. I'm a sole London trader, so Don't take my advice for the New York session. My advice is purely in New York. I mean, take it with a pinch of salt, right? I'll give you the fundamental bias, but I feel like you're going to have to piece that puzzle together because I don't have a strategy that trades in New York session. So I can't give you like a definitive. But in terms of bias and in terms of what I see from what I know, structure-wise, we are bullish EU, fundamentally and technical. Mace, you man need to start talking more English because I can't read that well and you man are just throwing out, you man are throwing out all English as well. Mace, what is your thought on like trendline trader, break and retest, support resistance trader? What do you think they work? There's no holy grail in trading, right? There's no holy grail. If anyone wants to tell you that, they'll be blatantly lying to your face. And to be honest, it's one of those. Trading's one of those games where it's all about the person. Okay, it's all about the person. No strategy. Like I could trade a strategy and it could work for 10 people, but it might not work for 50 people. Okay, and when I mean work, I mean make them profitable, right? It's always down to the person, C-stroke, man. It's always down to the person. It always will be. A lot of us are psychologically sort of wired differently. So I guess if like for an example, if none of us have really been able to, this is why I say trading's key to being in it for a long enough time, because you could just be trading a complete fugazi concept or strategy, but it might work. Like you actually might be profitable year on year with a complete and not a weird strategy, but if you're able to apply fundamentals and strong psychology to it, brother, you'd probably be profitable in it. Like I'm not even playing, you probably would be profitable. But I'll be honest, trend lines, break and retest, support and resistance, these all came out years and years and years ago from very high up there traders within Wall Street, within City, London, obviously. Okay, so like I would never say these things don't work, because that would be a lie, because they have worked. But technical analysis has been around for about a good 50 years now, and I feel like those were the initial technical analysis like concepts that came about, and technical analysis has continued to prove success in the financial markets, right? So I'd say they work, but that's not what matters. What matters is, can it work for you? Do you know what I mean? What works for you? Because again, you might have someone that trades a higher time frame support and resistance, or you might have someone who uses a more of a lower time frame support and resistance. One of those people might be profitable, one of those people is not. They're trading the same strategy, but just different time frames. Same strategy, different time frames. So again, it depends on the person, right? It depends what works most with you. So if I'm starting with like £100, do I get a funded account or just use my own small capital? Get a funded account, Will. 120%. Unless you've got 100 grand in your pocket, go for a funded account. Not even, okay, not 100 grand. If you got about 50 grand, no, I would say I'd actually rather fund it over that. Yeah, I'll be real. The thing is, funded and personal is different psychology. I feel like psychologically wise, funded is way easier. So I'd say definitely go with a funded for one. Two, you obviously have way more leverage, way more buying power. And three, you have to stay within rules. So I think it does give you that good sort of, it does welcome you into the world of rules and the world of you having your own rules, because a prop firm has rules. That does go to show that you should also have rules, right? Well, we should, really. It just goes to show that rules is what a brokerage wants, pretty much. Because what these prop firms are, by the way, boys, they are essentially hedge funds that are aiming to get more traders. The prop firm probably isn't their actual business. I say actual business, but it's probably not their hedge fund's name. They've probably got a hedge fund, complete different name. But they're probably looking for traders to trade it, right? I mean, I can't tell you that's a fact or not. I know there are some prop firms that do that for a fact. Not all of them. I can't tell you which ones for a fact, but so they're looking for great traders, right? And what they're pretty much saying is, if you can do this in this time, we will fund you. Pretty much what they're saying, right? And that's what it used to be back in the day, a proprietary arm, exactly how it worked. We'll do a little test. We'll see if you're good. If you're good, you can stay in the office, trade for us, trade our hedge fund, and we go from there. Candles were first used in the 18th century. I'm not talking about candles, bro. I'm talking about technical analysis, not just candles. Technical analysis came around in about the 80s. Candles obviously came around donkeys ago. We're not talking about candles, bro. We're talking about technical analysis. Bi-weekly or on demand for ACG. Definitely bi-weekly, bro. The rules are way better. Way better. What RR do you look at for minimum? 1 to 2 bare minimum. My win rate is above 50, but I still always want my minimum 1 to 2s, bare minimum. I mean, I'm not the type of guy to aim for boatloads, but I still want a bare minimum 1 to 2. My average is like 1 to 2, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s. That's what I place. It's always been like that. Not always, but it's been like that for a decent bit of time now, and that's what's consistent. Yeah. I think it's weird if you got like a 2R trade, and then for some reason down the line you got like an 8R trade. It's like, how has that come about? What is the big difference between that? How long, if I learn correctly, do you think it's realistic to become pro? Honestly, Dino, if I knew you, I could give you a definitive answer. But I don't know you as a person, so it would be quite hard to say. Because again, trading's a game where anyone can become profitable, but it depends on their outlook of it and if they're actually, well, all what's going on in your head, really. All what's going on in your head. So I just feel like you really do have to be a certain type of person to do well in trading, 100%. 100%. Why don't we much reaction to the DXY news? We didn't have much reaction because it came pretty much on forecast. So when it comes on forecast, it's like it's pretty much already been priced into the markets. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes down to fundamental news, boys, high impact, if it's expected, if it's forecasted, it comes out as forecasted, price is going to move. The reason why price moves isn't because a big data changing, it's whether how certain the traders are. If unemployment rose by a lot and the forecast was for it to come down, you're going to get a big jump in price because of the complete unexpectation of that data dropping. Not because it's moved, not because it's necessarily moved so much, more because it's because it was unexpected. And that's a key point to note, boys. Everyone fucking keep note of that. The news isn't how big the move doesn't. A big move isn't just because of a big data move, right? It's the most unexpected news, which pretty much is what makes the market move a lot. Because you see a lot of people dropping orders on or dropping orders off. So that's where you see volume fluctuate, spreads rise, people start getting bummed. Whoa, shouldn't say that on Tiki. Fuck, you can't say nothing on this shitty little app, brother. Boys, by the way, I'm streaming on YouTube, man. Just come jump on here. It's just way better. Fucking whole screen as well, so you ain't got to see the diddly bit in the middle. You can actually see my whole fucking screen. You haven't got to just look at that shit. But yeah, boys, jump on that. YouTube is just type up Rich SFX, boys. Just Rich SFX. Makes sense. That's a real answer. Come on, bro. My brother. But yeah, it massively depends on you, man. It's not easy, but again, it's one of those things where I would say it's just like a uni course in terms of the length of time it takes. 4 years for a uni course, how long it takes to get a proper job after uni, right? Same with trading, I would say. Same with trading. Depends your approach though, right? Realistically, in uni, in those 4 years, you're fucking around for bears of it. So that's why it takes 4. That's not why it takes 4 years, but it's structured to take 4 years. But let's be honest, you probably could have learned it in less time, just so they can charge more. So I feel like, yeah, 2-3 years, I reckon that's when you're probably going to start being profitable. Because you've got to do minimum 1 year, okay, to actually learn how to trade and learn how the markets work. And actually see enough to actually realise if you want to do this, if you don't want to do this, if you can psychologically take it, if not. That might not take a year, that might take like 6 months, but then it will take minimum 1 year to actually notice if you're profitable or not. Profitability is over the course of 1 year. In my opinion anyway, that's the way I look at it. I mean, I'm sure there's traders out there that look at it the same, but that's the perspective I've grabbed from it. EG's not really done much, is it? Really thought he was going to come and take Asia's high. I mean, we pretty much already took Asia's high here because we took that high at 635. Hey, I'm new. I'm wondering. Oh, sorry, I missed a few. What percent risk do you use each trade? 1% will every single time, bro. I've not changed that at all yet. You looking to trade today? Nah, no, bro. I did have a trade earlier. Didn't get entered on my bigger accounts, on my bigger challenge. Where do you find news? In terms of, wow, why does that just completely unfocus me? I'm not in the middle of it, that's fucking why. So in terms of news events, Forex Factory, in terms of unscheduled news, just talks, boys. Honestly, Bloomberg on YouTube's the bollocks. I watch it every day. The only reason I'm not watching it right now is because I'm on stream and I don't think I'm allowed to, so I think that's copyright, I think. Hey, I'm new. I'm wondering how to start. I've already done a fair bit of learning and research. Nice, Karama. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure what you've learned. Could be something that's a bad habit. Could be something that's good. But if I was you, Karama, just drop me a message, bro. Instagram's probably the best, boys. I've got a Discord community, but I feel like everyone's just got Instagram, don't they? So to make this easier, just drop me a message on Instagram. It's just RichSFX. And we can jump on a call if you want, or if you don't want to jump on a call, we can just chat in DMs. We can have a little conversation before you sign up. See if it's actually something you want to do. But we provide quite a lot of stuff, pretty much a full course, full breakdown of a strategy. Not only that, fundamental analysis, psychological sort of understanding psychology in terms of trading, and then being able to obviously use technical fundamentals and psychology all together and able to actually build a profitable trading plan. And we do daily streams each day for the members as well. At 6:30 till 8:30, we go over the pre-market, pretty much talking about the fundamentals that's happened overnight, price action that we've had overnight, price action from yesterday, what we're looking for today, pretty much, and yeah, that's it, pretty much. And there's loads of other stuff in there as well, boys, like case studies. We've got loads of case studies, trading tip videos, how to use certain tools. We've got journals, we've got an indicator, which you can see on screen now. We've got bare shit. It's only for £40 a month as well. Cancel any time. Probably the best. It's actually nuts. Why the fuck do we charge £40, man? I put way too much time into this shit to charge £40. But to be honest, boys, we can't really give a fuck. Price has always been the same. We've never really given two shits. Massively. Bond market we're seeing drop down a bit in terms of yields, so pretty much we've seen bond markets rise. This is what I was saying this morning. GB 10 years down 0.4%, US 10 years down 0.3%. Germans pretty much break even. France 10 years down 0.25%. Italian 10 year is down about 0.2%. But yeah. Whoo! Point of figure was being used back in terms across like most financial companies. Everyone was using fundamental trading until it really started coming about in the 70s, 80s. Why don't we? Okay, I've already fucking read that. But yeah, there's loads of different ways to look at news stuff, bro. There's loads of different websites, but I'd say pick one. Forex Factory again. That's what I use for data points, and then Bloomberg for just the talks around it. You've got analysts coming on there all the time, which I think's sick. Hearing it from other people's point of views. That's the thing about Bloomberg, boys. You actually learn from other analysts in terms of the fundamental standpoints. So you do actually get a really good understanding of what's going on. Bearing in mind, most of these people are like traders from like BlackRock and shit like that, right? Anything else for that man? We're not getting much movement at the moment. New York Stock Exchange in about just under 18 minutes. We'll see what comes about there. Do 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 do. Where's this dog? Yes, Adam, what we saying, bro? Right, well, I really want to see what the dollar does, man. I want to see. I don't care if we move up or down. I just want to see us do something for us tomorrow, because that's really going to get us our view for tomorrow. Jew's already had a nice move. Is that us come back to entry? Was it? Yeah, come back to entry again. E was a nicer one again. Stronger euro. I would rather be favouring that. EG, I do want to see commentate this high. It's come back. It's had another little bounce off this detail here. Not the nicest. Do 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 do. Dow theory is based on equity markets. That was not based in FX. We use it in FX now, but yeah, that was based in equity markets. We're not trading equities here, bro. We're trading FX. And again, I think you said rice before. Again, rice is not an FX market. We're talking about FX markets here, bro. Yes, Andy, what we saying? Yes, Jose. Come on, Euro, get yourself up there, son. Thoughts on EU? I'd say long EU, man. This is what I had for the live. It's not doing much. We're just chilling around break even, pretty much. No crazy movement just yet. We had some, I'd say, somewhat bullish news for the dollar. But again, the euro just in general is stronger than the dollar right now. But again, I think EU positions is not the best thing to be in right now if you are in any. We've got dollar. It's mainly because it's geopolitical news right now. Federal fund rate. That's going to be exciting tonight. To be honest, I honestly think the market's probably not going to move until then. The reason why I say that is because, again, fund rate is a very, very big news. It's very big news. Wait for EU to get to 1.1525. Let's have a look where you're looking for it to go. I look at it to commentate, well, pretty much like London higher. No, 25. 1525. Just above London high. Nice, I like that. Oh, my phone just died. Let me type up technical analysis for Forex. When did technical analysis come out in Forex? Technical analysis in Forex started becoming practically used around the early mid-1970s, right after currencies began to float freely in 1973. Yeah. As more Forex in 1980 to 1990s, as Forex markets became more liquid and globally connected, institutional traders increasingly used technical analysis. Late 1990s to 2000s, with the rise of retail Forex platforms, technical analysis became mainstream. MT4 launched in 2005, offering retail traders as a powerful chart and an indicator toolkit. Origins of technical analysis. Yeah, you found the origins of technical analysis, bro. None of those were used in the FX market. So yeah, Japanese rice traders developed candlestick charting, notably by... I mean, that isn't technical analysis. But Charles Dow, the Dow theory, that was in equity markets. Which obviously was fucking years ago, if we're talking equity markets. And plus, his isn't really that technical based. It kind of is. No, it is. No, it is. That's a lie. It definitely is. Is there any prop firms you'd recommend other than FTMO that pay out? ACG, bro. Alpha Capital Group. We've got a discount code with them as well, boys. Use the discount code because we do giveaways pretty much every 2 weeks in our Discord. With ACG accounts. This Friday just gone, we just gave away a 200k ACG account. But yeah, use code RichSFX, boys. You get, or is it just RichS? I think it's just RichS, to be fair. But yeah, I think you get 15% off, boys. But then what we get in return is pretty much accounts to give away in our Discord. So if you do, then jump in the Discord, boys. But yeah, let's see what we are saying. We've got the DXY coming up a little bit here. What times used for sessions? People use a lot of different times. I mainly look at high volume, and I mean the thing is, right, a lot of sessions overlap, but I tend to look at them as individual sessions instead of overlapping. We know London overlaps with New York, but I want to get the most dominant part of London through London. Asia session is for me 1 to 6. I've got it marked out 1 to 7. It is 1 to 6. I've got it marked out to 1 to 7 because psychologically, I trade from 7 till 10, right? So psychologically, I have to trade after this green box is closed. So now I can start trading it. That's like just a psychology thing for me. So yeah, 1 to 6 for Asia. And then London should be 8 till, is it 12? 12? Should be 12, is it 12? Yeah, 11:45, okay. Should be 12. So yeah, 8 till 12, and then New York session. We've got from 1 o'clock to, I think it's 3. I know it's 5. 5. Oh, okay, 5. I don't trade New York in it, so I only look at Asia and London. That's where I'm at, bro. Why are you in buyers? I'm not in buyers, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Anytime, my boy. I'm not in buyers. I'm just anticipating the next move for price. Again, I want to see I'm a London trader, so for me tomorrow in the morning, for me to actually look at a good position for EU, I want to be buying up to, I want to see price long up to minimum Friday 50. Again, it's the same with like the selling, like you wouldn't want to sell here. Why? Because we're below the Friday 50. So really on the EU chart, there is no order. There's no order here. I've only got this marked out because of anticipation. Again, I don't take these trades I place on New York session. I've purely traded London for years now. I'm not trading New York. I want to see EG commentate this high. I've had the same with GU, pretty much the anticipation of that long move from GU. But I am, again, looking for... I should be there. I'm looking for price to come to the Friday 50. I want to see price come to the Friday 50 on GU, DXY. Well, obviously DXY being the Friday 50 to the downside. Come up to the Friday 50 on EU and come up to the Friday, come down to the Friday 50 on EG. That's pretty much where I'm at, bro. That's where I'm at, gang. Based on the 1 hour and 4 hour favour to gap, I can only see it dropping. But again, bro, do you want to be shorting in the bottom half of the day? I mean, again, it just comes to that question again. Do you want to short the dollar? Short the euro? For me, there's no position. If you want to short. But for me, there's no position there. I think you'd be silly to jump in either, really. Easy taken London higher, but not Asia. We have taken we did take Asia though. Like we did because obviously we created this high and then we actually closed above. Well, didn't close above, but we took this high at 6:30. So technically we did take our Asia low, but that's why I want to see us take the high and then just continue up with EG. Again, it's proven difficulty though, especially with the especially with the pound being strong this morning through inflation. That's made it a lot harder for EU. For EG. Do 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 do. But yeah, in terms of prop firmware, it's got to be ACG. If it's not FTMO, it's ACG for me. Where's GJ at now? Is it still continuing down being a bastard? It looks like it. Gold's rising a bit. Yeah, we're seeing safe havens getting poured into now as well. We're seeing weather's mint. Yeah, weather's insane, bro. I'm actually loving this weather. It's lovely. But yeah, in terms of safe havens, we're going up right now. So gold's going up. Bonds are going. Bond prices are going up. Sorry. So yeah, looks pretty nice for the safe side of the market. But that's why I wouldn't really recommend trading currencies as of right now. I mean, this is New York for you, man. Like, this is why I don't trade New York. New York at the moment is, this whole year, New York's been a fucked session to trade. Very fucked. I won't lie. Looks like a really nice possible move of this detail here. But is anyone in anything right now? Is anyone actually in anything? I think someone said they were in something, weren't they? I don't know if they're still in here. But I did hear someone was in a position. Rishi Zoe Joe, I think there's a lot of imbalance. Where do you want it to go? Yeah, why do you want to short EG, Skull? What's your reason? Do. Makes sense. I'm gonna jump off in a minute, boys. Probably gonna make another psychology video now as well, to be honest. Do have the notes all written out, so I'll see. But I really do want to see what EU does for us, New York session. I want to see where DXY goes, where EG goes, where GU goes. I feel like we've got a way better. I feel like we're going to need a better perspective from Bloomberg as well, just to get a bit more fundamental outlook. I mean, again, we're probably not going to move up until that fucking federal fund rate decision, really. So yeah. Not EG, EU, right. Do. Couple sparring, that's a show. On the news day like today, is the market generally just consolidated until then. Not the whole day. You won't see it like consolidate the whole day. But you will like for a good chunk of, for like a decent bit of London and then pretty much the whole New York. But again, like days like this come like probably like 3 times a month, 2 times a month. If you're looking at NFP, FOMC and interest rate. Could be more. It depends on the news though, right? Because something could be so like everyone could be so uncertain about like the growth or something, and that could definitely have like people could just anticipate that for the whole start of the day. You know. So New York session on a day like FOMC is generally just sideways. Yeah, bro. And I'll be honest, that's why I stopped trading New York, because most of the most important news events happen during New York time. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to see. Okay, that makes sense. Right, boys, I'm gonna jump off now, though, man. I'm gonna just watch Bloomberg. We've got a few calls to open as well, so man, I'm about to shoot out. You wanna go to New York due to work? Yeah, I know it's not. It's the same with a lot of people, man. It's the same with a lot of people. But this is where you got to sort of just sacrifice some shit. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? But yeah, you man, back at 6:30 in the morning. Back for the pre-London, and then we'll be back 1 PM for New York, and then obviously London 3:30 with Lou. But yeah, TikTok, sweet my people. New achievement unlocked. What the fuck? I've never seen something like that before. Dismiss. Alright. Save you, man.